Hello, Luxies. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Of course, I have with me my co-host, fashionably Amy, and I'm Kat. So it's been a while. So I've been away. Thank you, Amy, for powering through some of the sessions with yourself as well as just taking them on. But yeah, I was away and I did some vlogs on my Japan trip. It was an intense trip, but I am back and I have no more trips. Any more trips? No more trips, I think, until the end of the year, which is good because I feel tripped out. I feel like, wow, I'm tired. How are you feeling? Because you weren't feeling that well last couple of
No, I
weeks.
was sick. So for those who don't know, on the public channel, I had to move Oksana's luxury live show to July because I felt really sick that week. And then I got
Mm.
better. And then next thing you know, I got sick again a second time. That's why my voice is different now. Um, anyway, it's been for me, June, July has been all about getting sick for some reason. And it's strange because if you guys don't know, I haven't had been sick for years. I think I don't even remember the last time I had anything. And I never had COVID. So I never had COVID, never had anything like in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of a
you never had
cold or flu.
COVID.
I didn't have anything like that for years. And then all of a sudden, this past month, I've been sick twice in a row. And then, of course, it kind of triggers my immune system a lot too with my autoimmune disease. So it's just everything coming at once. But hopefully, I will get over it soon because I'm so tired of being sick. I haven't been sick in so long, and then all of a sudden, I get sick so often,
Mm,
which is so strange. Yeah,
right,
but
right. Yeah,
yeah,
and then
hopefully
like you're
getting
not
better.
used to getting sick, right? Because
Well, I haven't been sick in
yeah,
a while.
and
I know
it's
how it
it's
is to be sick, but it's just I've been so careful when the pandemic was happening. And then, we were not going out, and I was being very, very careful because of my underlying condition. I didn't want to get sick and then be one of the worst case scenarios. So I have been, I guess, like I said, like I've been so careful, getting used to like just everything, and then, yeah, it just so happened that last month was a big month for me. I think it was just a lack of sleep to begin with because there was a lot of renovation going on
mm,
in our upstairs neighbors. It's been a month-long renovations, and which is why it really disturbed my sleep to begin with. Like, one night, two nights, even like a few nights in a row is not going to affect me, but like because it was a whole month long and it was affecting my sleep so
mm.
badly, that and then I got sick after that, and it was just like combination of things. I think it would if it wasn't
Yeah.
because of my disturbed sleep, I would have been fine. Like I could have probably fought the cold. Because it's not like I've never had felt any symptoms in the throat or anything, but I just never had a full-blown cold because I always fought it. I could always just like nurse it or get a lot of rest that evening and then it would go away. But this time it didn't happen. It just everything came out. Yeah. So I'm still
Your
healing,
body
as
was
you
just
can see.
literally telling you like chill. Like because when you fall sick, it's already at the top, right? Like it's like, okay, we can't handle it anymore. You really need to rest. So maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it just was very bad timing this past because it's also the summertime. The summertime is not when people normally get. It's usually in the fall when the weather's changing, or in the winter when everyone's immune system is just like, everyone's not getting enough sun. Um, but yeah, for me it was like really bad timing with all the renovations upstairs and just um
Crazy.
very busy the past few weeks as well. Like I know you were away, but like I had a lot of family over. We had a lot of things going on in terms of like graduation, birthdays, weddings, like a lot of things to go to, and then just being outside a lot. And so I think combined with just a lower immune system, and then there's probably some bugs going on in the wild, and then I just caught it and I couldn't fight it. So yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. I fell
Well,
sick in Japan because mine was just, I think, out of stress because I was organizing everything. And then on top of that was like work, stress. And I went straight into the holiday. So usually I always find that when I go for holidays, I fall sick. But this time it was towards the tail end of the holidays, maybe because I was still on high alert. But once I hit, like when we reached Tokyo, I crashed. I couldn't. 2 days. Okay, I stayed 2 days in the house. I was like, I can't go out. All of you, please go out. But I need the break, which was good because I felt like after that, I felt so much better. But anyway, enough about being sick. We
yeah.
are going to talk about our luxury mindset. It just feels like the right time because we always do this, right? We do a January setting our milestones, our goals for the year. We've mixed it up over the years. We've mixed it up together with, of course, self-care. And I think as we get older, we sort of like want to take care of ourselves. But we have like luxury stuff, we have mindset stuff. So it's all about this whole year goals that we want to do, mindset. So now we're mid-year, so we want to look back at what we have achieved, not achieved, still getting there, needs a little bit of work. Maybe we overdid it. Who knows? We're going to talk about it. And we would like to hear from you. So if you had some goals that you set or some mindset things that you wanted to do in the beginning of the year, maybe take today's session, like sort of like also give yourself, what did I do well? Like put in the chat, what did I do well? Give you a pat on the back. What did I do so well? I've still got 6 months to go. Maybe I can change up some stuff. So we love to hear that as well. So we have some slides. I think we're using those old slides. So let me share that now. Right. Okay, let's go. All right, so we're gonna let Amy go through first. So these were some of the things that you put in place for yourself.
Yes. So this year, I set at the beginning of the year, I set my mindset goal as to prioritize handbags that are white color, basically trying to avoid black color. And I wanted to mainly work on 2 big wish list item instead of having multiple wish lists. And that's pretty much it. Like, concentrating on Chanel and Hermes only. How am I doing? Nothing going on right now. Didn't buy anything this year at all. Not because I don't want to, it's just there hasn't been any offers. And then in Chanel, I the last bag that I revealed to you guys, I believe it was my Chanel 22 in the silver. So I revealed that, I think, after I came back from my trip, but as you all know, I bought it at the tail end of my trip in Hong Kong. So that was still a bag that I consider buying, that I bought last year, even though it's like quite new. So technically in 2025, I haven't gotten anything, gotten any bags, gotten any offer, not from Chanel, not from Hermes. So nothing's going on right now, I suppose. But I am prioritizing getting neutral white colors. At least that's my goal. So,
I mean, it's also because you haven't been shopping, right? Which is great. And you sort of like, been really, really strict on what you want. So still 6 months more. Who knows? Maybe your SA will call you and say, hey,
we'll
hi.
see. I did shopping, but like it's like for gifts and like not enough to do a big haul video. And then I think the last big haul I did wasn't it in, because I think I put everything together and I did a big haul video. Wasn't it like at the beginning of this year as well? So I've anything that I bought afterwards, there's smaller things and then just not enough to make a big video out of it. Or not even a big video, like just a video out of it. So yeah. But definitely no bags this year so far, which is so rare. And I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, I am kind of getting bored. I'm like, hello, I would like to put something. Like even in Chanel, it's been kind of hard because again, you guys all know I don't really have any SA relationships at the moment with anybody that would consider me serious enough at my store here. So that's kind of been hard. And then anytime they do have a new collection, all the popular things are always sold out or pre-sold. So I haven't had a chance to get to even try any of the newer bags, such as the 25. I know the new hard bags are coming out very soon. I doubt I'll have a chance at any of them. But
They
you
are
know,
crazy expensive. I don't have my phone's charging. I'll grab it later, but yeah, I took the apparently it's in stock now. I mean, it's on the app, some of the bags. There's a silver heart bag. It's like $9,000, babe. It's like
it is. It's
what?
gone a lot higher because the last time was it 21? 21. I think it was 21S. The last time they came out, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it's been 4 years since the last time it came out. And of course, we all know Chanel handbags right now, the 22 mini is already 7,000. So obviously the hard bag being like the new it bag this season is gonna be way, way, way more. And it's seasonal. It's just like a one-time thing. How does everybody feel about them repeating the hard
22S.
bag? Oh, is it a 22? 22? No, 22. Is it 22S? I thought 22S was when they came out with the 22 bag. So the hard bag should have been 21, unless, again, like I'm not as good as I used to remember everything before, but I'm pretty sure 22S is when the 22 came out. The 22 spring summer, like they had the LA swimsuit 22 bags. That was 22 because it's year 2022. Pretty sure I remember that's it. So the year before should have been the heart. Anyway, I remember some things, just not everything. But yeah, how does everyone feel about the hardback coming back? Different colors, but they're back. So
I'm not a fan of it. I think it's cute, but it coming back, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm cynical. I'll be like, it's a money grab. They're not creative. I don't know.
I know, but like some people
Yes,
might have
EJ,
bought it at the
exactly.
time.
Hotback's fine. Yeah. Let me pull this in, EJ. Hotback's fine, but it's like grasping a little bit like, oh, okay, money grab, nothing else better do.
I think they need it because right now nothing's happening until the new director comes in for real, right? Officially when we see his collection. They probably need to spice up every collection just like to make
Bring
it
back caviar. Okay. Caviar, square, mini. And that will be a hype. Okay. Just do that. All right. Everybody will be like, oh my God. Caviar minis are back.
I'm not sure though. I just wonder if people are even into the minis as much anymore. Like I'm just wondering, but I don't think it's as big of a hype anymore. I mean, caviar, of course, everyone will get excited about it, but I'm just wondering if it's still like do people care about the mini flaps as much as
I
they
do.
anymore?
And I don't even want to buy any Chanel. I do.
Okay. I like the hard bag. I do. I'm not mad that they're doing it again because I know how hard it was to get it the first time. Like I was extremely lucky that my SA was leaving and she wanted for that to be my a parting gift from her to me before she left. So that was really, really nice of her. But like otherwise it would have been really hard to get any of them. So I can see how like this time being back a second time, people would have their second chance at trying to get it again if they couldn't. But yeah, I don't mind it. For me, I don't mind it.
Yeah. You know what they missed out on? Like, that season that I was laughing about the giant, that weird clown suits, that odd runway. Even you were saying like, okay, what happened? This runway is a bit of, I mean, it's beautiful if you look at it as singular pieces, but when they put it together, it looked like clown suits, cutouts and all of that. But actually, in that collection, if they brought back that pearl bag that you craved for, or craving
Mhm.
still, I don't know, that particular one, riot. Okay, riot at Chanel. I'm telling you, because they had pearls in that collection, right? All they had to, because they didn't have to work so hard. Just dig a few archives, pull out of that, make it super limited. Telling you, there's so many little of these pieces. If they need a hype right now, they got.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know why they don't do that. Plus, also that pearl bag when it came out the first time, it wasn't like a hype item either. I don't think it was. It was
It
just like,
wasn't,
oh,
yeah.
it's one of the items, one of the seasonal items from the collection. But it just became so popular because obviously pearls in Chanel is like, synonymous, and then it it was a really beautiful piece, and it was at the time anyway, still considered not too expensive, considering that it's all pearl. And you could argue the other way that there's no leather and that it's like poorly made, blah 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 blah. But like at the end of the day, you're not buying it because it's like artisan like made or whatever. You're buying it because it gives you the Chanel feels, right? And then it's so classy and so classic, and turns out to be a very easy piece to wear even day to day. So I think it's just so happened that it became such a popular piece that it's become, you know, um, not just hard to get, but like it's become a piece that's been resold so highly.
Mm,
So yeah, it's interesting how things work. They could just bring it back, but like I don't know. I
they
don't know
didn't.
why they make the choice they do sometimes.
Not listening. They're not listening.
White clothing. So similar in a similar vein, I wanted to buy clothes or just ready to wear or any clothes, right? Any clothes in general to be more on the brighter side, which I have. So um I guess I have to. I mean, I think I haven't been filming a lot, like obviously because the last 2 months I was sick, but like I think the previous two videos that I made, I had some hauls in it, and I was choosing a lot of lighter color clothing. And there's some stuff that you guys haven't seen. It's all white. So I am really trying to buy more like brighter color clothing, or just to mix up my wardrobe a lot more. I'm not mad that I still buy black pieces here and there, obviously, because black always works. But in terms of like me trying to not stay too much in my comfort zone, like buying just all black or just very dark color, I have been buying a lot more white actually. And it looks really good on me. I actually really love wearing white. I was just um earlier I was just messaging with one of our members, and she was asking me a question, and then I was telling her the reason why I do certain things is because I like monochromatic, and I like wearing a lot of whites. And even if they don't have to be stock white, but even just like creams and like very light grays, it kind of just mix and matches very well, and it wears very easily. Once you have like a staple wardrobe, you can wear them like interchangeably, and it's very easy to style at the end of the day.
Mm,
So I'm
yeah.
doing okay.
This one, you did you get any particular? Did you get anything from Hermes that's white? I can't recall.
Um,
No.
so in the past, yeah, I have. Well, it's in the last, like in the. I got a black and a white. I got both. Got both black and a white. The other things I got, some stuff you guys haven't seen, but like the other things I got are swimsuit. I didn't get a white swimsuit. Sorry, they don't make it in white anyway. But like I got like colors that you guys didn't expect. So it doesn't have to be white, but like I just want more like variety in my wardrobe. So I've been getting into like pinks, light blues, white, of course. I have a bunch of white things I haven't shown yet, so those are coming.
That's great. All right.
I said I wouldn't have. I don't have like a serious jewelry wish list, meaning that I don't want to like I like the idea of investing in real jewelry pieces versus costume jewelry, which I haven't been buying any costume jewelry actually. um the most I've gotten is like silver pieces that are either like sterling silver or rhodium, or like gold plated. And the reason why I wanted to stick to not having a particular wish list is because I just like jewelry. I already am such a good, like I'm so good at just choosing exactly what I want, because I think about the piece for a very long time to see if it really works out, because once I commit to a piece I tend to wear all the time. And so for this year I didn't want to stick to a particular piece. I just want to take as I go, right? Like if there's something new, like this year they came out with something new at Hermes, and I was really, really interested. So I have mentally added that in my wish list. I haven't bought it yet, but like I mentally added it in my wish list, and you know, if I could just get an offer or something, I'll just pull the trigger, or just, you know what I mean? But it's just not the right timing. But anyway, this is fine. I haven't done any jewelry, like serious jewelry purchase. But I like to keep it simple as well, which is what I've been doing.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, and you didn't buy any. I mean, yeah, this year's sort of like quiet for like jewelry as well for you, right? You didn't get anything. But if you were to, you're gonna get diamonds, right?
exactly.
Diamonds.
I want to focus on like even though I don't have a wish list, I do want to, like when I am going to consider a piece, I usually would just go for the piece that has the diamonds, because I tend to find that anything that I bought in the past that I really, really cherish a lot are the pieces that have a little bit of diamonds. Like my lock bracelet is still one of my best purchases.
Mm,
Um, I bought a bunch of rings from Hermes over the years, right? And then the ones that I really love the most are the ones with the diamonds as well.
right. Nice.
Oh my gosh, I have my calendar right here. I had a lot of W's because, like I said, right, like 1% better every day will add up over time. And for me, it's just like my way of contributing to my health and just getting stronger. And I've been like doing W's even all the way up to May. So if I just walked that day, or if I did even just like a little bit of resistance training in my bedroom, like I have a couple of those dumbbells for me. I would put myself a W just to like congratulate myself that I worked out. So even in like May, I had like one, two, three, anyway, three, on average, like three workouts every week. But then June, nothing, because I was sick. July, nothing. Uh, and then, of course, I started slow at the beginning of the year. It was cold. It was very cold. I was not as motivated. So, like, at the beginning of the year, it was a bit slow, but then I picked it up. It was like 2, 3 times. Oh, February was very slow, actually. I wasn't feeling well also in February because my knee was acting up. So I had like a couple of like a few weeks break between February and March, and then I picked it up again in March. So April was doing great, May was doing great, and then yeah, I guess you can't predict the sickness, like the sickness that would just like literally keep you in bed. That's what I mean. Um
Mm,
so I'm trying. Like I do believe in 1% better every day. Like it doesn't necessarily mean like it has to do like 1%. There are days that you have more energy, you can do more. There are days that you
mm,
have low energy, you at least just go walk the lap around your neighborhood, come home, do some stretches. Like for me, that's at least me making the effort. And I've been buying a lot of cute outfits for that, but like that's the thing. Falling sick was not part of the plan. So the last two
mm,
months has been No W's. But otherwise,
Well,
I'm trying.
you did really well till May. I mean, you could, like you said, right? You couldn't predict falling sick. So now when you get better, you'll be back at it, because that you've already built that sort of habit of, I can get back to it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been because like as I am healing this second cold again, I've been trying to walk, but I think the second cold took the wind out of me. Like it literally, my muscles are so weak. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like a more severe illness. I don't know if it was COVID. I have no idea because I haven't tested. But it just literally took the wind out of me. Like I'm so weak. Even like taking we went to the mall just to because it was a hot day. The other day was like really hot, so we just wanted to go to the mall to because there's AC in the mall, right? And like each step I was taking was like so I was dragging my feet. Let's put it this way. It was very hard to like just exert myself. So I really feel like this time it's taking my body a bit of time to recover. Not just my voice and my throat, but like my body is like exhausted right now, actually. It's actually
Mm,
exhausted.
mm, yeah. Well, I hope you get better at it. Like, I mean, you hope you get better
Yeah,
soon, and then you can
that's
get
my
back to
goal.
this one
Yeah.
W each day. It's amazing.
This is a funny one. I was looking at it. I said I wanted to try a not budget, which means that every time I was tempted to buy anything, and if if it was not really serious, like sometimes I just get distracted and I was tempted to buy something, but as long as I didn't buy it, instead I should put that money towards an account. And then if I look at that account at the end of the year, it would have a certain amount, which were all the times that I was tempted to buy anything that I wasn't supposed to. Um, I don't know if it worked or didn't work. I mean, I guess I wasn't super tempted to buying anything this I mean, counting from, um yeah, I don't think I bought anything useless, actually. I mean, I've made mistakes before, like, in the best and worst purchases video, you guys would have seen the worst purchases, but, like, there was nothing really crazy um that I really wanted to buy, I think. Like, I was never serious enough, I think. So I don't know if it worked or if it didn't work, or maybe I was just telling myself that, if I'm gonna do it, then I have to do this, then I didn't end up doing anything.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'm still working on this one. We'll see how it works, how it turns out to be at the end of the year. Because right now there's not really anything that I can talk about. It's a
Well, you still have
concept.
6 months to see how you could build up. Like, let's say if you bought
Yeah.
5,000 and you have 5,000, and so you need 10,000, right? I get it.
Like, I mean, throughout the year, so far, right, in the past 6 months, anything that I was really tempted I was not tempted at the Murakami. We all know
Mm.
I said that, right? So, even if I looked at the collection because I had to talk about it in a video or on the live stream, I was never tempted enough to be seriously considering, like, put the cart, buy it. So that didn't happen. Anything else that was really tempting? The 25 bag, Chanel 25 was very tempting, but I tried to look it up in store. Like every time I was in the area in downtown, I was in a store. I tried to ask to try for it. They never had stock, so I could never be
Mhm.
tempted. They don't have it. And then Hermes front was a bit quiet this year, so um, still waiting for any sort of offer. So nothing to be tempted. And I know better also, like having done the journey for so long, that I shouldn't ask for just like some random bags. If keep the prize, keep the goal in the big prize, right? So I haven't been really tempted at anything. If you think about it, I haven't had any temptations really, other than just like buying little things, my Lululemon.
Mm.
Um, I think I did a big like declutter, and then I bought like But that's just me using my old items and then consigning them to get like that Chanel jacket. Like it's nothing else was really like not there's nothing else. So I haven't tempted myself at all, really. Not seriously.
Which is great. I love that. I should try
Yeah,
this.
we'll see how
No
the rest of
budget,
the
budget.
year goes. Yeah, okay. This is ongoing, of course, because it's only been 6 months. But my goal this year, and since last year going forward, is to instead of, buying things for yourself is always nice, and I love the idea of buying a serious piece of jewelry or like my next dream bag, of course. But like those are just things, and so for me, buying memories or just using that money towards experiences is far more valuable to me. At least going forward, that's how I feel. So I want to, plan for a big trip, or at least one, not big, but like at least a significant trip for every year. So I haven't done any so far this year, obviously. So it's still in the works. But speaking from experience, last year going to Hong Kong with my mom, that was wonderful. It was very, very good. Like we're still always talking about it. And then I think my dad, who doesn't like to travel, I think he saw my vlogs because anyway, even he wants to travel. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's sort of like he never likes to go anywhere, but then even he's getting influenced in a way. Which is true. Like
Yeah.
I think that's at the end of the day, you're attached to the idea of making memories, not where you're going. Like it's not doesn't matter if it's Hong Kong or anything. Like it doesn't even matter the destination necessarily. It's just like the experiences you have with the people that you care.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love this. Buy memories. Definitely spent on that for me. Oh, sorry. Okay, my turn. My turn. Thank you, Amy. I hope that all these white bags. Sorry, I'm just scrolling up. White bags, white clothes, no jewelry. If you do get anything, then diamonds. You get back into your W's, and I don't know how this one is, but yeah, let us know at the end of the year. Oh,
Yeah.
when we do our next year's luxury mindset, and then hopefully you get to do a trip, even a short one or something this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, mine. Wow, mine has been interesting, huh, this year. I mean, I have had a very fruitful, I would say fruitful 6 months. So in the members live, I did share, yes. Completed. I'm gonna just take my board here. Oh my god, my vision board. I can't remember who said, I think it was For the Love of Bags. Say make a vision board. I have a vision board here. And I have a nice little tick on that bag. Right there. Right there. Okay. So I don't know what to do with it now. So yeah, I after crying about this, or just yelling about it, or just like, dude, just give me my bag. All right. So I did get my bag. Okay, I did get my bag. And I also said that, if it doesn't come, I'll officially forget about it. I was already in this annoyed mindset. And there was a lot of this, like, pre-spend is really getting out of hand. And truly, the past 6 months, pre-spend has been insane, especially if you look at the resellers. Like this 6 months, the reselling market is just wow. I mean, you can get great deals. Great deals. I just saw a super good deal a few days ago on Love Lots Luxury. Such a tongue twister. It was a Chanel bag, and I was like, that's a good deal. I even texted the reseller. She said it's sold. That it was like the deals are just snapping up. So anyway, for my Birkin, I decided that if I don't get it this year, and if freaking making me spend some more and just like psychoing me, I will officially forget it. I'm done. I can't be pre-spending more and more and more on one bag. Yeah, so anyway, I manifested it. I got it. So I haven't shown it on the public channel, and it's not that no, actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't feel like doing unboxings. I mean, a lot of my channel has been is slowly but surely dying, and I'm also not really caring about it. But because I just don't feel I'm in the right headspace to be doing unboxings publicly. I'm so thankful for the community that we have here, which is the members. I get to, indulge in sharing it, but I just don't feel comfortable I just don't feel comfortable um
It's okay.
I don't know how to put it, maybe like, just like, oh, here's my bag, and everything's just like, when you watch the
Yeah.
news today, it is seriously doom and gloom, and it's just like,
I think
I don't know
everyone
what to do.
understands what you mean, because and if they don't, I think if like there's a difference between the person consuming the content and the person making the content. There's a slight difference there. I think that someone who's just consuming the content, they might be wondering like, what's the big deal, right? But I guess those are the nice people. Like, there are, if you read the room, sometimes there are a lot of negative connotations with people doing unboxings lately, and even the opposite, like, to people selling their whole collection, right? At the end of the day, what you decide to do for you is your prerogative. But like, I guess um it is a bit hard to do unboxings lately, because of just how, I don't know, just how everyone's feel like they feel like what you should or should not be doing. I feel like I think that's what the hard part, right? And
Hmm.
I don't blame you, but at the end of the day, right, like, you're still gonna do what you do. I'm still gonna do what I do. Like, I'm never really gonna stop buying bags. It hasn't happened
Correct.
anything in the past 6 months. It just so happened, like, timing wise, nothing has happened. But like, I'm not stopping. And so,
Yeah.
when I do get an offer eventually, hopefully I will get an offer this year, um, I will show it. But like, am I gonna show it right away? Like, even I feel like, oh, I
Mm.
don't know, maybe I'll wait until I feel
Mm.
comfortable, or maybe I'll wait until I feel like, there's like, I have more energy to even like make the video, like, it's just like stuff like that. Um,
Yeah. It's a mix of everything, right, Amy? It's sort of like, it's also us wanting to make the content. It's not just the content itself. So anyway,
yeah.
that aside, I did get my bag, and I guess I will share. Maybe I'll share in a luxury collection. That's how I think that's how I kind of sneaked in a couple of bags early in the year, when I sort of did, hey, here's my latest collection, and I just shared all the bags. So maybe I'll do that. And then at the end of the year, it's like, look, there's some changes, and woohoo, maybe I'll show it. But yeah, so that's definitely, I'm glad that I closed this chapter of my life. Because I
Yeah.
mean, psycho, right? I mean, look at what the resellers are selling, and I'm there begging a bag from Hermes. I roll. Oh my god. I roll. Whew. Okay, anyway. Other than that, I didn't have any sort of like major um things that I wanted to do and buy. So I kind of gave myself the freedom if I want to buy something. Um but and also because I failed in the past few years, saying I want to save this, on a budget this, I just like whatever. I found that was just, it made it worse. I felt like I was um putting myself up for failure, because I know that I put it there, but I don't seem to achieve it, and I feel really bad for myself. Like, what the heck? So I didn't even talk about it. But I wanted to be more grateful. Like in this point, I said I always say I'm very grateful, but I don't even know if I'm practicing gratefulness. And the past 6 months, I have been actively in my mind, like even subconsciously, taking stock of moments, and sort of um like, this is a practice grateful, like for a moment, like if there's a moment that I felt really happy, or something, I felt an emotion, I actually tell myself to take stock of it. I was like, wow, I'm so grateful. So I was pretty good at it. And then if I happen to be at home or I happen to have a pen and paper, I actually started a grateful jar, which is why at the beginning when you were talking, I ran to the kitchen, and maybe my jar is a little bit too big. I was overestimating myself, but then I laugh because it's really still really good, okay? Because I've never done this, but maybe my jar is a little bit too big because I have some pieces of paper at the bottom that I write little notes to myself that I said, damn, I'm grateful of it. Because I mean, pen and paper, and I had to run around finding for pen and paper in my house. But yeah, I have some notes at the bottom of things that I'm really grateful for. So maybe one day when it's like half full, I don't know when that's gonna be, I'll dig it out. So when I went to Japan, in Japan itself, and I took stock of moments that I was really grateful for, I was like, oh, give me a piece of paper. I wrote it and I stuffed it in my handbag. And I came home and I filled it up. I've got some grateful notes. So I don't know. I think for me is that I just every day just runs by so quickly. And I always say that I am grateful, but I don't take stock of it. And even for luxury, right? I'm grateful for this bag. I'm grateful for this, but I'm not using it. I'm not doing it. So something that I wanted to do for myself this year is to practice it mentally and then of course physically write it down so that I remember why I do what I do. And yeah, not always chasing for the next thing. It's kind of like, just pausing for a moment. So yeah, I am actually at this point after 6 months, I I think I've grounded myself a little bit for internally. I've grounded myself a little bit. And a few of the experiences that I had this year, like going to Japan with my family, going to Korea, going to Thailand, and then obviously crashing a little bit after that. But I took stock of those moments like, wow, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I lock it into core memory. It's awesome. This little jar of mine is like really awesome. I actually like write little things. I'm so grateful for this. It's so dumb, but at the same time, that moment of writing it down, it's quite. I feel personally quite meaningful.
No, I'm sure it works because, some people will just like make journal maybe every night. Some people will, I guess, say it out loud in front of the mirror as an affirmation to themselves. And, writing it down in a little piece of paper is fine. It's actually a very concrete way of practicing it. And I think this will be a good, it's not just for you, right? Like anybody who easily gets distracted fast and forgets what just happened, like even just yesterday, or no, not that they forget, but like, not really like savoring the whole moment. um that just forces you to do it,
Mm,
right? Because I think it's so easy these days with social media, especially. Even consuming information, like, literally you consume it and then you're moving on to the next thing. And so it's not necessarily just like from buying, consume buying things perspective. It's also like consuming information. Sometimes I feel like people move on from like, the doom scrolling thing, right? You're moving on from like this video to the next within seconds. And that alone, I feel like, can be a way of not being too present, right? It's like so happening so fast, and then your mind is just like, do you even remember everything you just saw, sort of thing, right? So it's good to stop and just like think about what you just did and then be thankful
mm.
about it.
Correct. Yeah, exactly, Amy. I think that's so. I'll give an example. One of them, I haven't wrote it down, but last night when I came home, I took stock of it because it was very grounding because it was very negative at the beginning, but when I did it and then I took stock of it, I said, actually, shit, I'm so grateful for this opportunity. So I'll give you an example. I haven't wrote it down, but I'm going to share my little note. One of the things that happened recently, is I have a new class, like I teach a new class. But it's something that I'm very grateful for. I got an opportunity to teach a new class. But the lead up to this particular class was so negative. Like I was just complaining about it. Like truly not grateful, right? Truly not grateful. I was complaining about, oh my gosh, it's so far. I have to take the train, I have to take the bus, and then I have to walk, and then there's only one class, and it's like this class in the middle of nowhere. It's like all of this negativity surrounding this thing, right? So anyway, I finally taught it yesterday. And while I was going there, I was like, oh, I'm sweating, like all that negativity to it. And while I was teaching it and I finished, and while I was teaching it at the same time and I finished it, I was like, I was so grateful for it. Like I was so grateful because this particular class, out of nowhere, like totally, it's like in the dooms part of Singapore, okay? It's a new gym. And the people that came for the class, they never exercise. And like they just never done a class before. This is their first time stepping into a class, maybe they just want to try or they want to get fitter. And they had a different age group of like old and young. And when they finished it, they were like, oh my God, it's such a great class. I can't wait to join again. I had like a moment of like, this is why I like teaching. But I had so much negativity to it that I forgot why I want to teach, like why I want to be here, why I want to help. So when I came home, I was like, I'm so grateful. And I forgot to write it. But now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta write this down. Like, I don't know how to like put it down, but there is so much negativity around certain things that we do that we forget. Hey, there's something to be grateful for, something, so that's one example of like taking stock for a moment, like just like wait, pedal back a little bit and yeah, just absorb that moment. Because wow, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to come back. Before that it was like, oh, I gotta take the train.
I think it's because it's easy to forget why you do why, like not you, but like it's easy to forget for anybody to remember why they do certain things. Like there's a reason, and sometimes it's their calling, sometimes it's, and the process to get to it is not always easy. I think the process is annoying, which is why you probably felt like annoyed and unhappy about certain things. And then, but once you're there and you're doing it, and then you see not just the feedback, but like how it makes you feel, because you're, like I feel like that's the thing about why many people do things at the end of the day. Like the process is always going to be hard, and then that makes us forget why we're doing it in the first place, because the purpose is what makes us happy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's what we have to be, I think that's when you need to stop and like be reminded of, that's the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Like I think that was a great example you brought up. I was just bringing an example to my husband earlier. I mean, I don't really want to say it out loud, but in a way I think it kind of applies also. Like I was just telling him how, especially because I've been so sick the last couple of months, I really was not feeling motivated to come on the live stream. Like let alone make a video. I did not have energy or just time to do that at all. So, but even the live stream is something that we've been committed at doing every week, right? And I just did not want to. Like I just didn't have the energy. But I show up. Of course, we always show up, right? And then at the end of the day, like it's having done it, and the reason why I do it is to, it's not just to commit to myself, because I'm committed to the audience, and it gives me purpose to like have this something to do outside of my everyday life. And so as much as I was really like, I was dreading it, like last week I was dreading it because last week was when I just got sick again. I was like literally dragging myself out of bed. And so, it's not always easy, the process, especially when you're not feeling well, but like once you've done it and then you're like, oh, you know what? It was great. Like it was great to see everybody, to talk to everybody. And then it just sort of like
Yeah.
is your own promise to yourself, to your commitment. And when you do things that you promise yourself, you feel good about it. And that's something to be
Yeah.
grateful for. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta add it to my jar. I gotta add it to my jar. I mean, I'm regretting my jar is a little bit too big, but I didn't have anything at home. So it's a little depressing.
Okay.
So like I'm like, oh, maybe I need a new jar. This is so sad.
Bigger pieces of paper.
A4 size. Okay, but yeah, this is something that I try to do now. Like I really telling myself in the head, and it has definitely made me a happier, more grounded person. I thought, let's come back to handbags. Say no to distractions. Oh man, I'm not doing so well. Frankly, I am distracted all the time. But the thing is, I feel like because I am also practicing this gratefulness thing, I am a little bit more like pulled back. Because every time I feel distracted, I'm like, actually, no, I have so many bags. I don't need another one. So I feel like it has helped as well. Because if I don't take stock of what I have or what I've achieved, wow, the distraction is just top of mind. So a little better. Okay, I would say a little better. Still massive work in progress. The worst was obviously the Murakami. Having said that, when we did this live and talked about it, the Murakami was already on my mind. So I said that I did say I recall I said that other than the Murakami, I'm really gonna just not with the limited and special collections. And maybe I manifested it because actually there isn't many, right? I mean, I'm asking the audience and even Amy, there hasn't been a lot of new collections, has there? I mean, limited edition, major drops and craziness with the luxury houses. I don't think so. In fact, there were more merry-go-round of the designers than anything. So maybe next 6 months or next year, you're going to see some crazy drops. But it has been, other than Murakami, it has been quite quiet in the front.
I feel like it was a bit quiet. I mean, obviously we don't discuss a lot of the other brands very often. We do, but not like a lot. But even then, it felt like a lot of like same, but different.
Mm,
Um, and anything that was very exciting was really pretty much the Murakami, because anything else is like, oh, big bags are back, mini bags are still in. Like it's all the
yeah.
same things. Which with the slower economy and just everyone, just like everyone sort of like sentiment towards buying luxury kind of slowing down as well. I felt like there wasn't a lot of, for me, there wasn't enough distractions. There was not any distractions for me, basically, right? For you, a little bit more because you like the Murakami collection. But for me, really, I felt like it was rather quiet. And it shows for me, right? It shows like there was nothing. I was not into anything. Um,
Yeah. I did get um I got a bag from Korea. But I mean
mhm.
that was the Stan Oil bag, but I do like it. I've used it. I used it in Japan. Yeah, I don't know. There was in a way good because nothing too massive. 6 months, you can get a lot of things in 6 months, right? But yeah, so I think this is still work in progress. I feel like there isn't much distraction as well. And as we say that, my dog's distracted and barking at outside. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Like I'm announcing to the to the minor daily alcoholic, but that's because of my life. I just feel so stressed last year. Then I picked up this whole tipple every night, and then I realized it was really bad for me. Like it maybe if I was doing this in my 20s and early 30s, I snap out of it every single morning. But in the 40s, oh my goodness. Wow. A drink a night, like even if it's just like, a little wine with dinner, with all of this, man, my sleep was intensely um affected, especially in the morning. I found myself after consistently, if I can be consistent with my life like that, but I'm not consistently drinking every single night, and just a drink, not just one, maximum two. I struggled in the morning. I felt dazed. I couldn't wake up. I felt extra tired. I felt foggy. I felt everything.
Yeah.
So I told myself that's it. Okay. I said no to weekdays. And I have to tell you, yeah, it was hard. It was hard because it became a habit. It became a habit after, whether I was teaching class and I finished at 10 o'clock, or I had a hard day at work and I just like, you know what, I'm gonna crank it out. just a, and, and just a sip, and I felt so good. But yeah, it affected me. So anyway, when I stopped, so I didn't drink during the weekdays. No Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe most of the time, yes, but Friday is an exception. And Sundays I don't, right? So that I have only 2 days. What a difference. Okay. It was hard in the beginning, but what a difference it has made. I just don't, yeah, I don't, except for the holiday, which is in Japan recently. But other than that, I've been really good. I'd say I'm 90% successful. 90%.
Mhm.
There are days like holidays, or if I go out with my colleagues and I don't want to be that person. I don't, and it's okay if you're. I'm still working on that. Okay, so I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll have a beer, but I would not be the one to say, let's have a drink. So it's been good. I think for me personally, it was more of how I was feeling in the morning. And if you can do it every single night and somehow you're still functioning, you do you. But for yeah, in my 40s, I can't. I'm so sad. The realities of getting a little older. Wow, difficult.
I totally agree. And I'm so proud that you're able to achieve it 90% because like I don't drink already, so it's not it's not a thing for me, but I know how sensitive my body reacts to anything, like even MSG, or even like the one time I had a drink with you guys when we met up. It affects me so immensely, and it's just one time, not even every night. So I know how it would be if it was more of a everyday thing. And it's so true, like at our age, and it's not saying that 40 is really old, but your body is changing. Your body has been, not the same as when you're 20 or even 30s. And so you have to take care of it because you only have one body. And I mean, I know it more than anybody, right? Like I'm just so sensitive to everything. So like everything and anything affects me. Even like the fact that there's noise upstairs affected me for the whole month. It really affected me this time, right? So like um it's so good that you gave up your drinking for the weekday. And then your trip is fine. Like, that's like you're having a good time, but like on your working week, your
Mm,
normal weeks, it's good that you cut it out. Because actually, it's funny because like Joe, I just read her. She's saying like she's even trying to cut out caffeine. You know how like because I was so like literally I could not get out of bed sick. I also couldn't even drink coffee because like, I wouldn't just like make coffee while I'm like literally lying in bed, right? So in fact, the my coffee intake, because I haven't been drinking it for weeks, all of a sudden I drink it and like not even half a coffee, I'm already feeling the buzz. So like your body really readjusts as like I'm sure right now if you drank like you would really feel I don't know. I feel like you would feel more of the effect if you drank more now versus back then every day.
mm,
Um So yeah, the body is amazing, but at the same time, yeah, we do have to take care of it because only got the
Like, you're
one.
so funny. I say, wait till you hit, wait
Oh
till
man, I
you
don't want.
get to Club 50.
I
We
mean,
have
I
to
do
think
want. I
young,
do
but
want.
listen to our body. I love that. Yeah, I love that. Think young, listen to your body.
It's true. Like it is such a it's a privilege to age. And I'm not against aging at all. But I do know that like I am already feeling the effects of turning 40, and I'm like I already know like how everything is like I'm like so sensitive right now, right? So like I cannot imagine like the next chapter it'll be like even more challenging in a way. But well, we'll get there eventually. Few more
Oh, yeah.
years.
Oh my god. I can't wait. I can't wait.
No,
Okay, I
aging
think
is a privilege. Like I always look at my parents, that both my parents are still around, right? And they're still relatively healthy. Like my dad is a little bit harder to move around, but like I look at them, they don't have big issues. And it is great to still have them around. Like I wanted them to be around for a long time. And I'm just thinking of myself, like when I reach that age, will I even still be as healthy as they are, right? Like I think about those things. So aging is such a privilege. And I want to age, but I want to age healthily, which is why I'm taking steps to even take care of my body more than um more than like if it would have been easy to just be like, oh, eat whatever I want, blah blah blah. You only have one life. Like it would have been easy to just be YOLO, right? But that's the thing though. You only have one body. There's many things else is YOLO, like buying things, sure, YOLO. But like your body, you really have to treat it as your like it's your it's the only thing that you really have to like treat it as a your baby in a way. It's so important. And I really
I
truly
think so.
believe that.
Yeah. So yeah, this is something that I'm definitely working on, because I think why I don't say like 100% very good, because there are still days that I'm like,
Mm.
wow, screw this day, I need a drink. And I said, never mind, I'll regret it tomorrow, but whatever. And then obviously at that moment it feels good, but then the next day I suffer, and I'm like, okay, girl, come on, reset. But yeah, and it's been good lah, and I'm glad that I don't, because at least I wake up better. Not still sleep is a daily struggle for me, because I don't know why I just sleep late and all that. So it's you do it's like your 1%. I gotta fix little things. Here we go. I don't know which one to
Mm.
deal with first. This is the first one I'm gonna deal with, and then we'll deal
Right.
with the rest later
Yeah.
on. Okay, I think that's my last one, and then we'll start some questions. So I just want to talk about this thing that I saw the other day. Let me just make both of us large. And this is funny because I since we're talking about age, I was on IG, and for some reason I was fed this reel. I don't know why, sponsored reel or something. Of, if some of you know, I'm gonna sit this side a bit. Some of you know this actor, Edison Chen.
Yeah.
You remember him? Yeah, he's this he's this Hong Kong actor. For And he, I don't know, he was really famous at one point, because he had this really, young boy look, and he looks, he's really this pretty boy, honky, and like, is he Canadian? Is he Canadian?
He's not. I thought he was American.
Oh, now he's American. Okay, I don't know. American, can
No,
anyway.
he was
Very,
American.
very,
He's not. He was not born and raised in Hong Kong, as far as
yeah,
I
he's
know.
not. So he speaks really
Oh,
good English, and then
Canadian
and
born.
then
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know he was Canadian.
yeah, I think he's Canadian. I remember. So he's not really honky, so he speaks really well. And then he obviously went to Hong Kong, got famous with acting. Not sure if he sings as well. They all sing and act and all. They do everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this reel came up, and he was chatting with somebody on the subway. And then what shocked me was how he looked. And we don't judge, right? We don't judge. But boy, did he age. He he didn't take care of his one body. I'm telling you, he he looks like he has entered Club 60. Okay. The boy partied hard in his younger years. He looks like he's in his 55, but he's only 44.
He's turning
Because
45 this year since he's born in 1980.
go
He's
and
turning
go and look
45.
him up. He definitely don't use. He's definitely not one of the heavenly kings, okay, who at 65 or 70 still jumping on stage looking like they eat bird's nest every single day, which they probably do. But he did not take care of himself. Like, boy has aged.
I don't think he has, because he was an actor in Hong Kong, but he's definitely didn't grow up there, right? And like Joe was saying, he's an epic scandal man. That's why I was like, when you said his name, I'm like, yeah, I know him, but like I'm not a
Oh,
fan.
he did some
Really,
scandals. Okay, so it's catching up to him.
not just some,
He's like
lots
he's
of
all like
scandals.
he's all crinkled, and he looks like he's had a hard he's a hard life, you know. He looked like he had a hard life. And
I just
so
don't think
when he's
because
real,
I don't think he has the same values in terms of like okay, even though I'm born and raised here, but like my parents came from Hong Kong, right? I'm first generation Canadian, so like I still carry mostly, you know, whatever I value wise I got from them, right? So it's still pretty traditional coming from my parents. Like they value, you know, eating clean and like, you know, bowl and this and all that stuff. And so like although I am Canadian, but like I still value a lot of like, you know, keeping, you know, taking care of your body, blah blah blah. But I feel like his value is probably a lot different. And plus his lifestyle is probably a lot different too. Um
right?
yeah, because if you speak to a lot of just like not even just actors, but just generally speaking, the Asian community or the Asian culture, they worry a lot about their skin. They worry about
Yeah.
like, you know, their skin being like very pale and like just like wrinkle free. Like they do a lot of things to make sure that their skin stays nice and looking as young as possible for the longest time as possible, right? So that's kind of like the core value of like most Asian community, right? And plus we do have sort of like the gene, you know, you could say in a way like we age slower at the beginning, and then, you know, once we hit 50s 60s, that's when it starts accelerating. But like regardless, that's like also sort of part of our gene. But I feel like for him it was never
He
about that.
missed
It
out
was
on that
always
gene.
about no, for
I
him, it was
don't
always
laugh. I
about
mean, like,
partying.
dude, he partied hard, man. And I talk about it because I just did a video this morning, and I was laughing at myself when I did this UV protection video, and man, I have been using all the stuff. Okay, I'm wearing the hat, the big hat. My dog this morning. I'm wearing the sort of jacket, hood out, and there I am, like looking like I'm gonna rob somebody. Okay, as I walk my dog, but in my head, I'm like, no way am I gonna age this skin. No, it's done. I mean, it's cooked enough for the past few years. Then I've got a few more, like good 10 years, I gotta protect it because it's so freaking hot now. But this guy, I was like shocked, you know. After looking at that reel, I was like, UV protection. You need UV protection. You need UV protection, okay?
I
Like,
don't
okay, so
even
if
know if
y'all
the
don't
sun was
know,
the issue. It's all the smoking and
I
all
mean,
the
everything.
drinking.
He just
Yeah.
went all out. He probably drank every single weekday because I thank God I'm fixing that. No UV protection, nothing. Wow. Because if you don't, I mean, if you guys don't know who Edison Chen is, please go and Google him right now. He was the pretty boy in the honky times, you know, like this, what, so handsome, you know, pretty. He don't look pretty anymore. And I love all these comments all coming out like he's like, yes, he just let himself go. I watched the F1 movie and gosh, Brad Pitt looks so good. And they're Club 60. Look at Chow Yun Fat, who's another one. Like he also made it pretty big in Hollywood, right? Chow Yun Fat in some of the movies. What, dude's like 70?
But that's the thing, they take care of their body. Zhao Yunfat, isn't he a vegan? He doesn't even eat much meat, if at all. A lot of the Hong Kong, like if you look a lot of the Hong Kong stars that are older now, like Zhang Yuling, Lau Dahua, Gao Fusing, I think he eats. Oh no, even Gao Fusing is vegan too, I think, or something like that. He's like he fasts. He only eats once a day or something. A lot of these, like they still look very good for their age, like very good for their age. They really do
Seriously.
take care of their body, like they really do. Their lifestyle is adjusted to the max to optimize for the longevity and health span for them. They clearly care so much. Edison, on the other hand, does not care.
Yeah. I mean, in today's day and age, I'm sure all of them had some help from a good plastic surgeon. But at the end of the day, it still shows through the glow, right? How you walk, how you behave, how you just generally look. Because I mean, yeah, your plastic surgeon can snip tuck you a little bit here and then. They do a pretty good job nowadays. But there's gonna be like a glow in your skin, right? You gotta have that healthiness to it. And you can't do that from the nip and tuck. You have to generally
No,
take care of yourself. You
no.
gotta sleep well, you gotta eat well. They've got all the funds to do it. Anderson Chen is in that league. I mean, dude. So for us mere mortals, wow, I'm so glad that I'm not drinking in the evenings anymore on weekdays. I'm now taking care of myself. I mean, seriously. There was a bit of an eye opener reel. I was in the train watching it. I was like,
I think you
slightly
were so
horrified.
shocked. You were shocked because I mean I've always seen his face getting old, so and plus I never cared. But like I think you were shocked because normally when you see an Asian in their 40s, they still look very young. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the phone, like I'm on my husband's phone as a wallpaper against my daughter, and there has been some of his friends that, well, kind of like acquaintances that looked at his phone and be like, "Oh, you have two daughters?" And then I was like, well, that's the thing. Like, I think most people, when they look at a 40-year-old Asian, they still look very young. So in his case, it's kind of the opposite. You're like shocked because it's not the case. It's
Yeah.
true, like, with for us, like, with a little bit of makeup and with a little bit of help, literally, like, you can still pass for a very like, I still get carded for when I buy alcohol or buy lottery. I still always get asked. Maybe it's a thing that they have to do, but, like, sometimes they really just ask because they really think I'm under 18, so, um, it's true. I'm not
It's
saying
not
that
about
just
him being
like, obviously,
like,
I'm not 18, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, uh,
yeah,
but in his case, it was really shocking because it's kind of the opposite of what you would expect to see an Asian face
right,
in their 40s
correct.
looking like this. Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay to look older, but like, I mean, I don't want to look 18. I'm just saying it's not about being. For me, it's not that. It's just that it's like the word, like you let yourself go, like you literally don't care,
Yeah.
and you look so tired. He looks like he had a hard knock life, But yeah, I don't know what is it. What was it that shocked me? Because you're right, most Asians look fairly young, and more, and in fact nowadays,
Yeah.
not even Asians, most people we look, we look, we we care for ourselves, and it
Yeah.
shows in our look. So it's more of that, right? It's not that I want to look like, we sort of care. We know, we exercise, we try to sleep better, we eat a little, drink a little bit more water, you know, all of that. And then you see the superstar, and I had a moment like, what happened to you? What happened to you, brother? What happened to you? Wow. Anyway, here I am. Maybe I should add that into my grateful jar. Wow. Wow. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah, he looks like he looks like he needs a big hug. That's why he looks like he needs a big hug. Like, bro, life's okay. Life's
It's probably
okay.
a lot of has to do with smoking. I feel like drinking, of course, doesn't help, but smoking is really one of those things that really age you a lot.
Mm.
Because I have friends that smoke, right? And then we looked the same when we were kids, but like now there's a huge difference. Smoking really does a number. It dehydrates you, right? First of all, and then it's very, very bad for your skin, actually. Even not just cigarettes, like even smoking. You know how like they have the,
What's that?
the I don't know how to call it, like the the fake smoking, like not the fake smoking, but like
It's illegal here in Singapore.
is it?
E-cigarettes.
Yeah, like even
It's
that is not good apparently. Like
vape. It's called vapes.
yeah,
Vapes.
just because it's not nicotine just doesn't mean that it's not gonna age you. It still ages you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad. I think it's worse. So, okay, we're sidetracking from the luxury life show, but since we're talking about mindset, apparently, now because I've been seeing some of the news in Singapore, apparently these things can be laced with drugs.
Oh yeah,
So
that too.
what they call like K-pop or something. They're called K-pops. They're sorry, not K-pop. Sorry, K. Oh my god, I'm like an auntie right now. K-pod, Pod, K, because some of them are laced with ketamine. So, oh my god, I'm gonna get like, oh my god, YouTube, please don't. We're not talking about drug, but yeah, K stuff. Anyway, they could be laced, and then there are cases now in Singapore where kids, because they
I
don't
think it's
know.
worldwide. Here too. It's
Yeah, they
not just
don't know. Oh, it's not okay.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a epidemic right now. Like kids don't know that they are laced. They think it's maybe slightly. They give you a bit of a, ooh, but they smoke it and then they're all like zombified. It's a big thing. And furthermore, in Singapore, you're not even allowed to own You're not allowed to own one of these electronic cigarettes. It's actually illegal. Cigarettes are not, but the electronic one, because I think it's not regulated, because you don't know
Right.
what goes inside this liquid. So they don't allow you to bring it around. They don't even allow you to buy it or have it. But now kids are getting it somehow, and they're getting it with drugs like crazy.
Yeah, that's so bad. It's very, I can't remember. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure the smoking, but like I think it's also the drink. Where else? Oh no, I'm confusing it. I think I just because I watched a Tylenol documentary a while ago, and they were saying that was laced, right? Yeah, that was laced with what was it? Something else. I can't remember now. Is it like some sort of pharmaceutical drugs that's laced as well? I'm getting confused now. See, too much information. But like anyway, there I just remember I saw something and I'm like told my husband, I'm like, remember to tell remember to tell like don't do this or don't do that. Like obviously. But anyway, I can't remember what it was now. It's not smoking. I think it was just regular pharmaceutical drugs. Just don't take it.
Painkillers?
No, not necessarily. Maybe painkillers, but I just remember how somehow like oh, was it a documentary? And now it's bugging me. I think there was a documentary, and I saw some kids. They took drugs that their friends got, and then but it was not in the packaging, right? Like they just gave them a pill or something, and then they just took it. It's supposed to be painkillers, but it was laced, and then they died from it. So like I think I remember telling my husband, I'm like, remember to tell her, like, don't take any drugs unless she bought it herself or unless she brought it herself. Like even that is so dangerous. Like nowadays, you can't trust anything.
Yeah. This thing about I don't know if there's an epidemic here, but I watched some right on YouTube, and in I think like the States has this painkiller problem. And I understand, I sort of understand why, because I have a pain. I have a chronic pain, meaning because of my knee and my hip, and obviously because I teach class, I never let it rest, blah blah blah, and all that problem. So when every time I fall sick, so I will take Panadol. Let's say I get a fever, and Panadol is a painkiller, right? And when you take it, all my pain goes away. Everything, fever goes away, my backache goes away, my back, my knee pain goes away. And for that moment, for that day, I'll feel so good, like I feel so like, oh, for a moment, right, for the day. But I mentally know, and I tell myself, my man, I can get why people can get so addicted to painkillers, because any kind of pain that you have, right, it can be the most minor pain, but it's so, it's always there. Like, oh, you gotta sit down, like turn it out. But when you take a bit of a Panadol, or in your case, maybe in America it's called
Mhm. Tylenol. It's the same.
Tylenol, same, the
Acetaminophen.
same thing, right? It's a paracetamol, and you take it, and then suddenly everything goes like, you feel like you can float and run. You could run a marathon and nothing hurts. Yeah, I'd definitely be one of those that could be easily like addicted to it, because it's such a feeling of like, man, I don't feel this ache, and I get it. So, and then obviously over time you get more, and you need it to be stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't take it anymore. Even if I have a
Yeah.
headache, I don't take it anymore. I usually try to nurse the underlying problem instead of just taking a pill and get better that way. Because you could just be dehydrated, very dehydrated, or you could be a mix of like not having eaten and not having slept and also dehydrated. It could be a bit of everything. So I'd rather like tend to
Deal
those
with it.
things, and then your body will get better. Obviously you need rest, but yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like and it's not bad to have a Tylenol. I'm not saying it is, because if you need it, you need it. But like I try to do it myself first, and then if it's really, really like, because I do take pharmaceuticals. Like it's not like I don't, but like I do really just use it in extreme cases when my body really needs it. So,
Yeah, same.
but yeah,
So I like sometimes get headache, and I'm like, oh, should I take a Panadol? I'm
it's
like,
a
no,
little
just
bit,
drink water
yeah.
and rest.
I
But
ignore
if there's
it.
a fever, like recently the fever, I was like, you know, I'll take a Panadol lah. Take that. I was like, oh, so good. No fever, no pain. I was like, oh my god, this is like, but obviously I was sick. That's different. But yeah, drugs, man, I'm telling you, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And now you can find them in these K-pops. Sorry, K-pods. K-pods. It's psycho. I don't know how they're gonna. And the funny thing is, how do they get it?
No
How do they get
idea.
it? Kids are amazing, like how do you know where to get it? Like, I feel like I'm so out of this thing right now. They can use Telegram, or they can use all sorts of means. Yeah, interesting.
I'm sure that's how our parents felt when we were younger. Like, how do they know all
When we
these
were
stuff?
finding things out, like, how do they know where to find these things? Like, yeah, I know. All right, let's go up to the comments. So I was asking earlier, like, anything that you want to share, like any of you, like how has your year been going? How has your year been going? Your mindset for this year? Let's see. Oh, for the love of best, anyone else's store is slow. Because for love says, my chatted with my essay, updated my wish list, and she said it's really slow. I've only, for my essay, it's just slow as in like the business is a little slower, but I don't think that affects their bags.
I actually don't really know, because I think the last time I bought something was in April, because that was when I bought a gift, and then I bought some stuff since I was there. I have the impression, because a lot of things I still ask is always still sold out. I mean, maybe it sells out a little slower, but it's still sold out. So I feel like I don't know if it's maybe a situation of we only have one store also that basically, one store for the whole area or the whole like the whole of Vancouver and anybody who comes to Vancouver to shop. So in a way, I don't know if our store has a problem of not moving stock, because anything I'm interested is never in stock still. Um, unless I was there and then I happened to have it then that day. Um, bag wise, it has been slow, at least for me. I mean, I haven't seen a bag in over, I haven't seen a quota bag. Let's just put it this way. I haven't seen a quota bag in 2 years now, over 2 years. Because my last one was my Mini Kelly, the gold one, and that was in 2023. So that's been slow. But I don't know if it's just me or if it's just like everybody thing. I'm not sure about that one. Chanel, see, Chanel, Chanel, I think plays games even more so in a way, because I feel like they always hide their stock. And so anytime I ask for anything, which, I always ask for the, like, if it's not an item that I find is gonna have longevity, I'm not gonna ask for it. I'm not gonna ask for that, like, random seasonal bag, right? I'm gonna ask for the 25, I'm gonna ask for the 22, I'm gonna ask for like the bags that I want, and they never have it. So I don't know if it's just me or if they just hide their stock or whatever. But otherwise, they have things to sell, it's just not what I want. Like, I see things around in the store. We are more particular, I think, for Vancouver, just because we only have one Chanel store and we only have one Hermes store. So, like, if they truly have sold out or if they truly are hiding it for other clients, then I would not see it, right? So,
Yeah. I don't know my store is slow or not. It's just, yeah, I haven't been going that often. Right. I have gone a few times. I've gone to return a pair of earrings for repair, pick up my lamp, pick up my bag. Pick up some lipsticks, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember. 6 months. It seems so long. But that's pretty much it. Pick up my lipsticks. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a slow entry into Hermes for me. And then obviously then I don't hear anything about bags, right? Lai's asking, since we are talking about Chanel, what are your thoughts on Nervold? What's Nervold? Means I don't have any thoughts on it, but what is Nervold? Is that a person? Is it a bag? Is it a brand? Let's check.
okay, I'm just reading about this now. Chanel launches luxury textile recycling platform.
Oh, I didn't know it's called Nervold. Okay, thank you for sharing. Didn't know it's called Nervold. I heard about this on I don't know, BOF on IG or Beauty or something. Said that they're starting this recycling thing.
Scale up the use of circular textile, both for its own collection and for third parties. I thought some other brands already do that. I can't remember which one now.
Independent. They're probably trying to answer to the whole, luxury creates a lot of waste. I'm reading this. Okay, let me just hang on. Let me share the screen and we all can look at it together. Okay. Let's see, how do I do this? share the screen. Share the window. Here we go. All right. It says here. Can you see that? Are you looking at that? Luxciders. I don't know if it's just something that I found on Google. So Chanel launches Novol, its luxury textile recycling platform. Oops, sorry. Where are we? Okay, luxury recycle, and this is pretty recent, last month. So the iconic fashion house Chanel has launched a new independent company called Novol, born to produce, research, and develop circular materials. It marks a sustainable and strategic turning point for the luxury house. Okay, it's separate but launched by Chanel, led by Sophia Brocard, former CEO of the luxury brand Pateau, who joined Chanel. Okay, so basically it's about recycling, reusing. Okay, very good. Its key element is addressing the scarcity of top grade fibers with traceable origins, the issue of waste within the fashion industry, and luxury fashion waste. Not only this, it aims to enter a world of circular fashion and produce new material. Okay. Look at this statement. At Chanel, we didn't destroy unsold products, but we also didn't have any real system to understand their full potential. Novol is that system. Really? And how do they get rid of stuff if they don't destroy it?
I thought they sold it to the staff. At a
But
high
there'll still be something left behind, right? Not everything will get sold.
then well then I think of, you know how like there are movie sets or like a lot of like editorial sets where they need a lot of stock items that are branded names. I feel like it would go there. I don't know, I'm just making things up, but I feel like that's because don't tell me they're buying all this stuff, right? Like that's very expensive for them to buy a bunch of Chanel jackets, accessories, belts, bags, just for the movie set. And I don't assume they're fake because to use fakes in the movies, you know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not in
maybe so
the.
they basically they tossed it down the line, and then after that it's not their not their problem anymore, right? They go like here, and that down line, whatever they do with it, is not my problem. So in a way, at Chanel, I can say I don't destroy anything. It's marketing, I'm telling you. So anyway, they don't destroy it, they probably just toss it. And that's not destroy, right? We didn't destroy unsold products. Yeah. No lah, I'm sure they do something with it. Toss it. They toss it. There's no way. Come on, years and years. Chanel's a brand that is like, it's not born yesterday. They will have a ton of rubbish. Oh, tons over the decades. Even if it's 1%, that's still decades of 1%. There's no way. Anyway, so cool. I don't know. We'll see how this evolve into a third industrial pillar of recycled stuff. You know that brand Prada, they say they recycle, right? That's called their it's not called
Renylon.
Prada. Renylon, yes, thank you. Renylon. So they take their stuff and renylon it, reuse it. Okay. So they all have something. Yeah, marketing lah. If I'm writing a press release, I say don't use the word don't use the word toss, use the word destroy, because we, technically we don't destroy, right? We just toss it.
I'm sure it's part marketing. They do need that, but at the same time, I don't believe that they're just gonna do it just for the sake of marketing, because it is something that you need to be conscious about. At the end of the day, any improvement is an improvement. So I'm okay with that. But I don't know if I'm understanding it enough, like to the deeper level as to how the mechanism like how the logistics works, like how perfect it is. Probably not perfect, but like, you know what I mean? Like I just don't understand enough to comment how I feel
Yeah.
about it. I mean, I always I like a company that's responsible, of course. I can say that.
I guess like Hermes, they have their petite line, right, where they use the I mean the storyline is that they use materials, leftover materials, and they give it to the artisans to produce, and they can be really creative, right? So it could be pieces of wood, it could be corners of silk, it could be unused parts, or so they have that system of not wasting stuff, especially when they produce, say, a big piece of silk and there's going to be corners there. So rather than just toss that, they have a line where you can buy unique pieces that the artisans make. A hair tie, a bow, a ribbon, blah, 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 blah. It's made of all of these. So maybe that's a bit of that part in Chanel, because I'm sure when they make a gown, there's going to be all these waste. What do they do with it? So that could be one part of it, this reusable line parked under Nouveau. Then, of course, waste in general of unsold products. Um, and then new material, probably like Renylon, right? Renylon is a new material. They recycle and create something that's, again, so maybe they recycle the tweed stuff and then they make tweed out of tweed. We'll
I don't
see.
know.
We'll see. Interesting. It's just strange that they do it now, though. I mean, like, they should be doing it. Oh, great question, Lai. Will you pay a high price for a recycle bag from Chanel?
Are they using it? Are they using recycled material on their bags, or is it more on the ready to wear still? You know, or is it gonna be a different section? Just like Hermes has their own little section where they use bits and pieces of material to make other things, but it's not part of the core offering, right? Like
Mm,
I guess you could say like on Hermes bags, the only thing that is really part of it is like apparently like the handles, if it's exotic, it can come from like the extra piece. I mean,
mm,
I don't know if it's like 100% true. I mean, that's what I heard. Um Maybe like the very small leather goods, like the rodeos with like little tiny pieces of like hair or whatever, like those can be the recycled material. So I'm just wondering, like coming back to Chanel, like would they actually make a whole bag with recycled material? I just don't see it that way. Um, and at the end of the day, right? It's not like we've not bought re-nylon items. It's not like we've not bought little trinkets with made with little pieces of recycled material. Recycled doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? It just means that it's a piece that would otherwise be going to the waste, but you're just
mm,
reusing that material to repurpose for something else. So I don't see anything bad about it. I If I like it enough, I would buy it. Um, how do I feel about the high price? I think at the end of the day, everything is high priced anyway. If I like the item enough, if there's a little bit of recycled material on it, I don't mind it. That's
mm.
how I see it.
I'm trying to imagine the situation of Prada. So Prada, they separate their. I'm not sure right now. Do they do it? But initially, when they launched the Renylon um, branding, and they're really proud of it, and I think that's because they're saying that it is just as good as, or as is maybe better than the original line, right? So they actually say, okay, this is a Renylon bag, so this is actually a recycled material bag, and then you've got the other line, which is the brand new, right? Brand new nylon. um I don't know, frankly. Okay, this is, I don't know, maybe we need to be, it's disclosure, But frankly, I feel like they shouldn't. I mean, it feels the same, it looks the same, but when they do that, they segregate it. Then this question comes, um, that we naturally think that recycled material is subpar. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just maybe it's just psyched into our psyche that, when it's recycled, it's not as good. But that doesn't, you know what I
I
mean? So I
disagree
always feel
though.
like we
I disagree because like I buy a lot of Lululemon and a lot of it is made with recycled material. It still looks new. It's just that the raw material comes from recycling some old stuff, like whether it's water bottles or recycled plastic from consumers. There's a percentage that's made with recycled fibers. And you're still paying the hundred something, $200 for that same jacket, right? And it's not just Lululemon, like the North Face,
a
every
lot of
brand
brands
does
do it.
it. Every brand does it, right? So at the end of the day, I think if we're gonna move the needle in sustainability, because just because you're recycling doesn't mean that it's gonna move the needle fast enough, right? Everyone has to do their part and long enough for it to even make the difference, because apparently we all recycle things, right? But even though we all do it and it's been years, there's still so much garbage out there because it's not enough. Because literally everyone not only has to do their part, but like the companies that do the processing and then the companies that do end up using it, they have to end up using it and end up doing the processing, right? Even the processing itself takes a lot of resources. Sometimes it's also debatable whether that part alone is even worth the money. But anyway, that's another debate on its own. It's just like, for me, I see it as like, if Chanel is going to move towards that, consumers are still going to buy it because they're not buying it just looking at the item. Oh, this is caviar that's from a new cow. Like, they're not going to think that way. They're going to think like, I really like this bag because it's fashion and therefore I'm going to buy it. Because I
Which
feel
is
like,
no, I guess that's my point. Like, if we want to move away from feel like, because the how do you say there's still a lot of con- preconception that something
there
that's
is.
recycled may be not as good as if it's pure original, right? Even though we can justify, it's been, re-enhanced, la la la, enforced, blah, 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 but there's always this sort of, oh, it's second hand, second use, second. There's always this, I don't know, like maybe it was done that way in the past. But so when we think about recycled item, the word recycle, there's always this feeling it's not as good as. I think this is going to be a journey, right, for a lot of consumers. That yes, you buy Lululemon, but the thing is, Lululemon doesn't go and shout about it. So I feel like if we really want to move and away from that, I don't know whether it's a need. Is it a need to disclose that, hey, you're recycling it? It's just an investor thing. I don't know.
Lululemon discloses it. I mean, it's on the tag if it says made with however a percentage recycled material, just like any other sporting apparel. A lot of it is recycled material. It will be on the tags. But I feel like maybe we're thinking Chanel is like such a luxury brand that, oh, it's taboo to like be that way. And I think it depends on the consumer, because one time I had this discussion with a friend, and this friend, she buys luxury because she believes in buying luxury. Like, she doesn't believe in buying like 5 cheap items versus you saving up for one luxury item, right? Like, this friend is really okay. And then we were talking about it, and then I brought up well, I can't remember what we were talking about, like, but in the end, I sort of, because when I guess when I voice my opinion, I think about everyone, since we're so used to doing it like in a live show format. So like I think about not just myself, but like how everyone feels. So I kind of brought up the fact that, with the price increases, people are just not going to buy as much because of their feelings. Da, 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 da. And then she totally disagreed with me. And then, but I understood her point of view too, because in her mind is like, well, if you can afford it, it doesn't matter if it's like like this design is not as whatever, or it's not from this designer, or it's not you know, it's not as iconic, because at the end of the day, it's, if you're true, like, I don't want to say you're a true luxury lover, but like in a way it is, like if you care about just the fact that it's different because it's one item versus 10 items, and that alone means less wastage and more
Mm,
um
okay,
it's wastage
interesting.
from the point of view of even your one consumer yourself buying things that you would otherwise toss away and not value as much, versus buying that one thing that is extremely expensive, maybe overpriced too, but at the end of the day she'd rather buy those things. So I was kind of no more talking about those customers in a way, like they're, in
Mm,
the end of the day, they're not going to care that that leather or that material, fabric, whatever, is going to come from a recycled source, because as long as the bag looks great, and as long as it looks new, and as long as they care enough about whatever brings them in terms of value, right? Maybe they buy it because it's Chanel. They don't care. It's Chanel. They love it. They buy it. Or
mm,
maybe they buy it because it really matches their outfit. Like it's fashion. It's high fashion, or whatever their value is, right? They'll buy it for that reason. In a way, like it's ridiculous that I spent $8,000 on a Chanel 22, because it's just a bag with four fabrics, right? But it's in the end, it still makes sense to me, because every time I carry it, it brings me another intangible value that I cannot just express in the amount of money. And so, although I'm sensitive to pricing, yes, but I think at the end of the day, every company is going to move towards that direction, and they have to, because of sustainability. However, that works well or not, because I know it's not perfect. It's still not working perfectly. But in the end, that's where every company is going to have to go to, right? And as a consumer,
mm,
if you continue to buy Chanel and if you continue to love that brand, you will still buy it. Maybe some
mm,
people won't. That's the thing. It's true. There will be people that will be like, I don't care. This is worse than my vintage, buying vintage. I'll buy vintage. Then that's their prerogative, right? But do you see them stopping price increases? Probably not. I mean, they've kind of slowed down this year, I noticed, but it's still gonna, the trend is still gonna be upwards, and people are still gonna end up buying. Um, yeah, that's how I see it, actually.
yeah. No, I agree. I think for me, I don't care. I personally don't care if it's a recycle bag or not. Like you said, a lot of things, even without knowing, is made of great material, right? I don't care if it's original or recycle. In fact, when I hear, how is recycled? Wow, so good. So good. And it's actually more of like, wow, a wow factor. But I don't know when it comes, and I say this, it comes from stuff that is everyday, right? Whether it's my water bottle that's partially 50% recycled, like cool, interesting. But I don't know how luxury brands go about this, because they're they are built on saying that they have the best material. Let's say just take Hermes, for example, the best leather selected, you know, um, animals from I don't know where. Okay, but whatever. All of that, and they go by that, right? It is that, and then now you sell the same bag, and you try to use that from a the spinning of the story is so difficult, because it's a luxury brand. They they built a brand based on that, whatever, particularly Hermes. Can you imagine you're going to buy a recycled leather bag from Hermes and you pay $15,000? How are they going to spin that to say that's amazing? That's amazing. Remember we had this remember we had this live a few years, maybe a year plus ago, and we were talking about mushroom leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seriously, would you buy it?
No,
I'm
you
gonna
have a
say no.
point.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm sorry. I am not buying mushroom leather. Okay, I rather not buy the bag. Like I'm like, wait, are you just reselling? Like, I just cannot. I cannot. I cannot because I have been sold on the story that leather. Sorry if you're vegan, but leather should come from an animal. And I love my dog and I love animals, but if I'm gonna buy a bag and I'm gonna do my pre-spend, I can't. I just can't. I just can't.
Right.
So Hermes,
No,
you
I
the
I
story
totally
is so
agree.
hard.
The like when I was already thinking about the mushroom leather as
The mushroom leather.
you're talking. And I do agree that it will be a shock at first. Just like the first time we heard it, we're like, that's ridiculous. No one's gonna spend 10K or plus 15K to buy the same thing, but in mushroom leather. Um, I'm not saying that it will be accepted by people right away. I think
Mm,
there will be people that won't care about that right away. Like there will be that tier of people that will not care. Just they just support the brand or they just support buying what they believe,
mhm,
whatever value comes with it that they're buying. But it's true that for the rest of us, there will be a learning curve or just like an acceptance curve, maybe, of whether we
mm,
would allow ourselves to go there. Um, again, I don't. When I saw this, this question, right, whether we would buy recycled bag, I personally don't believe it would be the whole bag. That's how I see it. I
mm,
believe it would be components of it that would be recycled or like little if there's like little decorations sticking out, it would be that part of it. Just like I said, how like maybe if you look at a rodeo charm, there's the hair sticking out from the hair from the rodeo. I believe those would be the recycled parts of like one item, if at all. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying like I don't see it being the whole thing because like you said also already just now, right, that people won't accept it. Or they will just not spend that kind of money on what used to be the whole thing is new, right? I get it. Psychology, I mean, it's hard to change people's mind right away, especially when you're a very self-conscious and smart consumer, right? Like a different type of market. Um, but yeah,
This is
it's a
this is
rather
going to be
interesting debate.
interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is interesting. Like I I'm excited to see how they can come up with this because again, like 20 years ago and say, oh, this is recycled, people are like, ooh, what does that mean? They don't understand, right? But today, of course, we're so much more educated when we know there's value to it and things are actually pretty good. But now the luxury houses are taking it. So it's sort of a bit like, how are you gonna go on this?
But
What's your spin on
also the way I saw that article, I mean, we read it so quickly, but the way I saw it is that those are not old material. Those are still new material that's been unused on a past season item, perhaps, that they're trying to use those unused material that would otherwise go to waste and recycle that. So it's still not bad material. It's still new.
Yep.
It's just from an old batch of or old season of something else, right? So that's also very different from re-nylon because re-nylon is literally like, however many plastic bottles, blah, 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 all recycled into this new nylon, right? Maybe 50% of it is recycled bottle and then 50% is new material and then it becomes this re-nylon. But from what I'm reading here at Chanel, it's not like they're recycling an old bag into a new bag. It's not like that. There's still new material, but just not used, or maybe the leftover from that season. It's very
Sounds like it.
different.
I think they have done their research because the fact that they are saying that it's not actually a re-nylon material, that they're actually, hey, I've got all these unused, unsold products, right? Maybe this beautiful long gown that's 100K that nobody want to buy, and then now it's sitting there in their storage. What do they do with that? Because actually it's still a new item,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
can't figure it out. And it's sitting there, no actress wants it, it's whatever. So rather than destroy it, they're figuring it out. So they probably have realized that even the ultra rich is not going to buy into the fact that they're going to change the material. So they haven't, I don't think they're stepping into this fully recycling thing yet, because it's going to be a journey. Like it's going to be a journey. So now they have to start, maybe they have to start with the current stock. What do we do with this? How do we recycle it? Then later on, that could be that processing part. Who knows? Not yet lah. Cannot. I don't think so. Gonna take maybe the next generation, one or two more generations, where actually it's expected that you must use recycled material. Right now, I don't think we're there yet. Not currently. At least for luxury lah. Luxury. All right, let's take one more. So interesting. Oh, a lot of Edison Chen. I'm sorry, Edison. Didn't mean to laugh at you, but I mean, bro, you need to take care of yourself. You're 44, 45. 45. Take care of yourself. Okay, so Joe's sharing this. I guess at this stage, I have other pursuits on the personal front other than shopping, career, athletic aspirations, and more time and energy to put. I have put more time and energy into those pursuits. Awesome. I think I saw something about Switzerland. Oh, here we go. Chris Tan's sharing that she's heading to Switzerland this November. Wow.
That's so awesome.
So nice. So nice. I want to be pretty cold in November. Okay. I'm going to scroll down all the K-pots and Edison Chen. What's this? Hope Livin. Hi, Amy and Kat. May you please verify if Chanel says grainy, shiny calfskin? Does that mean it's caviar leather or lambskin? I shall pass this to the Chanel expert. What is that?
That's funny that you say that, because, like, Chanel is the most, in terms of like
Annoying.
the description or naming of items, they're the most ambiguous. So for many seasons or different seasons, they can name the exact same thing, but in different wordings. So the way I'm reading it as you're typing it, grainy, shiny calfskin just means shiny caviar. I know. Why? Because the thing is, like, caviar, caviar is just the finish, like the texture is like it has like a pebbly stamp finish, and the grains can be big or can be small depending on the season. And yes, it can be shiny too sometimes, and sometimes it can be more matte. It just depends on that season, how they decide to do the finish of the leather. So when I read grainy, so grainy would be the grain, calfskin would be the leather, so it's coming from a calf, like an infant cow. And shiny is just like there's a coating that makes it shiny. So to me, it reads shiny caviar when I read this. Definitely not lambskin, because it already said calfskin. So that's we already established the animal there. For caviar, should it be pebble, not shiny? No, that's not true. The shiny and the pebble is different things. Pebble is like those little, yeah. Shiny is like whether it's shiny or matte, right? Or I don't know if there's any other texture, because like if you look at my mini, my mini, I have two mini flaps, right? I have a rectangle and I have a square. The square is shiny. The Yeah, the leather is definitely shiny. At the time, a lot of people were criticizing that season. They thought it was too plasticky. But you know what?
Mm,
The plasticky finish on that season made that bag so durable because I've used it so much. I squished it in like luggages and everything, and it still looks brand new. Whereas if it was a more kind of like subtle, maybe not necessarily matte, but like a more subtle caviar of a different season, it would look maybe a bit more used. Um, Again, Chanel is the most annoying when it comes to their wording, how they describe their things, because just because it says caviar, it doesn't mean it'll be the same across the board. Every season will look different, literally. So you just have to remember which season it came from or which season you're buying it from. Um,
mm.
yeah,
So
because
it
I
means
mean,
this caviar is pebbled shiny.
hmm hmm correct. That's how I read it.
That is so annoying. Yeah, every bag is
There-
a flat bag in Chanel. It's a small flat bag, or large flat bag.
I'll bring up another example. Remember, so I don't have the bag anymore, but at one point I bought like the rose gold, like it's called gold, but it looks rose gold, and it's also caviar. That
Mm.
one, and it's also iridescent, by the way. That one is a caviar, but it's a lambskin caviar. So that one, the texture is a pebble. It's stamped, but it's on lambskin, as far as I remember anyway. Like,
Mm.
um, so just because it's caviar doesn't mean it's calfskin or lambskin. That just is just which animal they chose to stamp it on. Um, the grainy part means caviar, and whether it's shiny or not shiny is depending on the different season.
Crazy. I mean, yeah, they're the worst. And I'm not sure whether they do it on purpose to make it ambiguous. It's
No,
just or
I don't think so. They just don't really have. They're not the same as Hermes where they tell you what leather it is and you know what leather it is.
mm,
It's not the same system. I don't think they care so much about the leather. I mean, they'll have a different finish every like just because this season, right? Current 25A, we have the Kelly Nano bag again, but it's in lambskin. Whereas for the past few seasons, we've always only had it in crinkle calfskin. So they change it around, not necessarily because they want to try to be annoying, but I think they're just changing it around just to make it
mm.
different every time. Every time it's just like a little different.
You
Um,
know, remember you said that Chanel is a fashion brand,
yeah, they are.
and by not putting names on their bags, like like let's say you can call, let's say, a flat bag, I don't know, a Susanna or something. You can give a name to the bag, but they don't. They just every season is just a bag because it's about fashion, right? So it's either a flat bag, a long flat bag, colored flat bag with this. It's like they're just describing the accessory rather than saying this is the Suzanne, or this is the whatever. Would give it a name. Like all other brands do it because they want. I don't know why. I don't know why the other brands decide to do it, to give a name. But for Chanel, I think that's the reason why they just don't give a proper name, because they just churn it out and it's just fashion, but luxury.
Okay,
Otherwise,
I
can
don't
you
know if
imagine
they're
how
doing
many
it on
names
purpose, just churning it out, but they
they
have
are
they are
churning
more
it
of a
out?
fashion. They are more of a fashion company. Like if you think about it, their bags was not the main reason people bought Chanel at the time, I don't think. It was because of their ready to wear, like their beautiful tweed suits. Um, it was always about the dressing, not the bag. The bag came with it, obviously, but there weren't so many bags before. There was like a few, you know.
Mm.
And now it's like literally part of the costume because it becomes the accessory, and they have to find ways to make money, right? They do have shareholders to answer to, but like they're not like we can't think of Chanel as like a saddle, kind of like Hermes. They're literally um specialists of leathers, treating how to treat leather, how to stitch leather together and stuff like that. They're not like that. They're still using material, which is a lot of leather too, but it's not so technical for them. It's more about
Mm.
how the style looks like at the end of the end product. Is like, how will this complement the outfit? Because if you notice that their runways, they actually make bags that to match outfits. Like a lot of the bags will come in the same
Mm.
fabric as the outfit. And then the reason why they make all the leather ones is because consumers will only buy the leather ones. They will not buy the tweed ones unless you're really a big Chanel fan. You only buy Chanel because of the fashion. Then yeah, you'll probably buy the matching bag too. But most people are not interested by the ready to wear, right? They may be interested, but they just can't afford the whole line, right? Every time. Um,
Mm.
so they have to produce things with also other material, like the more robust material that people will be more accepting to pay that kind of price to buy.
Mm.
Hence, grainy, shiny calfskin,
Flap bag with chain.
lambskin, or
Lambskin.
calfskin or goat skin. Like that's the extent that you're gonna go. Like it's not gonna be, everything at Hermes is probably mostly coming from a calf, but it's is it Togo or is it Clemence? Like that's
Mm.
already different. Or is it the other one, was it called it's also a calfskin.
Swift. Ever
Swift is a
color.
calfskin, right? I think I because Milo is a lambskin, but Swift is still a calfskin, as far as I remember. And then Evercolor is also a calfskin, as far as I remember as well. So like they're all calfskin. Epsom is calfskin, but it's just for them, it's the way it's treated. Then they call it
Mm.
different, right? A different leather. Um, so really is the other box is calfskin. So it's still all set calfskin, but at least they are more technical as to how to call it because it's treated differently. Whereas Chanel is just, it's more describing the finish rather than
Mm.
how the leather is processed in a way.
Kind of tells you the background, what they're focusing on. Then I mean, it's not
Totally.
important. It's just an accessory with your hair. So it's just a flat bag. Whether you like it with gold, that dress color, you want it shiny, not shiny, with the chain, no chain. It's literally styling. So yeah. Otherwise, they'll have millions of names for bags or stuff. Anyway, okay, we are at our 2 hours. Wow, interesting chat today. We will definitely do our year-end check, and usually we do that beginning of the year. So when we actually sort of recap on what we've done, and hopefully in the next 6 months, you get back to your workout. I'll continue doing what I'll do. Make sure no more distractions. I pray no more distractions. And yeah, we'll have one more chat tomorrow. So tomorrow morning we have a members live. Gonna share a few things that I picked up in Japan. And yeah, just a little bit haul, another little bit chatting. I'll share one now. I got this
Oh,
little
that's
cup.
adorable.
Yeah, so cute. Yeah, and I have some other stuff. So yeah, we'll catch up with the members tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. here, 5 p.m. where you are. Right? Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. And we'll see you next week or tomorrow.